So I really want to buy a house, but I have no idea where to start. Does that sound familiar? Friends, listen, I hear that every single day from buyers here in Hampton Roads. People are ready to stop paying rent. They're ready to build stability and build wealth, but they feel so very overwhelmed. See, either they've never bought a home before or they bought one several years ago, and now with the market and COVID, everything just feels unfamiliar. The rules have changed, the market has changed, and even the process has changed. And here's the part that no one talks about. You can be smart, successful, and responsible with money and still feel completely lost when it comes to buying a new home. There are too many moving parts, too many opinions, and way too much bad information online. See, most people don't know what step comes first, who they should trust, or how to avoid mistakes that cost real money. And friends, that's exactly why this video exists. See, I've walked hundreds of buyers through the Hampton Roads market. First-time home buyers, military families, repeat buyers, downsizers, upsizers, guys, you name it, who wanted to do it right this time. And what I've learned is this: the buyers who feel confident at the closing table are not the ones who knew everything going in. They are the ones who had a clear roadmap. And see, friends, in this video, I'm giving you that roadmap. From the very first thought of, maybe I should buy a house, all the way to keys in your hand. I'm gonna break down the entire process so you understand what's coming, how to prepare for what's coming, and how to protect yourself at every stage. And if you're thinking about selling, do not turn this video off, because guys, this is gonna help you too. Because when you understand how buyers think, what makes them nervous, what they're looking for, and what causes them hesitation, you're gonna become a smarter, more strategic home seller. See, I'll be releasing a full seller guide soon, but today we're focused on buying. So friends, if you're feeling unsure, overwhelmed, or tired of guessing, you are in the right place. Go get your popcorn, honey. Before we get started, I want you to drop a comment and tell me this: what part of the home buying process makes you feel the most nervous right now? Drop a comment below, let's talk about it. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hey, I'm Sonali Hutson, and on this channel, I strive to combine faith, inspiration, and real estate to bring you the fire that encourages your heart with kingdom principles and equips you with biblical wisdom to make confident real estate moves. Are you ready for it? Let's get into it. Okay, friends, before we talk about money, markets, or building your team, we need to talk about mindset, because buying a home isn't just a transaction, it is a transformation. I dropped those bars, right? Step one is getting your mindset right. Hear me out. You're not just buying a place to live. You're building wealth, you're creating stability for your family, and you're laying a foundation for the future. Here in Hampton Roads, the median home price is about $375,000. And over time, that home has the potential to appreciate while you build equity instead of paying someone else's mortgage. Can the church say amen? But I want to give you the full picture, not just the highlight reel, okay? On the positive side, home ownership is going to allow you to build equity every single month. It's going to allow you to benefit from potential tax advantages, enjoy stability, and make a space truly your own without worrying about rent increases or landlord decisions. On the other hand, home ownership comes with responsibility. You're now going to be responsible for maintenance. You need emergency savings for when things breaks, because honey, buying a home is going to tie up some of your money, because stuff is going to break all the time. Here's where I see people get stuck. They focus on obstacles instead of options. See, I often hear things like this: Sonali, I don't make enough money to buy a house. Sonali, my credit isn't perfect. Sonali, I'm scared of the process. Sonali, I don't know where to start. Sonali, I don't have enough money saved. Want. Those are real concerns, but they're not stop signs. They're starting points. If your credit needs work, so what? We'll work on it. If your income needs to increase, we'll make a plan. And if you're scared, that's exactly why having the right guide by your side matters. See, scripture reminds us that the plans of the diligent lead to profit, while haste leads to poverty. See, this isn't about rushing into home ownership, guys. It's about being intentional, informed, and being a wise steward. So let's set realistic expectations. From decisions to keys, the buying process typically takes about 60 to 90 days when things go smoothly. Now, along the way, you'll have moments of excitement, moments of sheer frustration, and moments where you're gonna question everything. That's normal, and it doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. You also need to understand your upfront costs. In addition to your down payment, buyers typically spend about 3 to 6% of the purchase price on total out-of-pocket costs. So that means on a $375,000 home, that's over $11,000 if you're using a VA loan with no down payment. Your upfront costs are often going to be closer to 2 to 5% for closing costs and prepaid items. But keep in mind, these are estimates and they're going to vary based upon your specific situation. That's why it's very important to get this knowledge now and upfront. See, the difference between people who become homeowners and those who stay stuck renting, it's not perfection, y'all. It's perseverance. See, challenges are going to come up, and when they do, the question isn't, should I quit? The question is, how do we fix this? How do we solve this problem? See, here's what you can do right now. When we're getting your mindset together, I want you to write down your why. Why do you want to buy a home? What would home ownership change for you and your family? See, your why should be emotional. It should connect to some greater being. I want you to keep that reason visible, because when the process feels overwhelming, and it will, your why is going to help you stay grounded and keep you moving forward. See, now once your mindset is right, the next question people ask me is about timing. Sonali, is now a good time or a bad time to buy? Should I wait another year? Instead of answering that emotionally, let's look at what's actually happening here in Hampton Roads and how timing should shape your strategy and not paralyze your decision. See, homes are currently spending about 22 days on the market, which is slightly longer than last year. That tells us the market has moderated. Buyers have more breathing room to think, to negotiate, and make informed decisions. We're no longer in the phase where most people had to rush, waive protections, or make offers sight unseen. Whew. That was a crazy market, okay? Now, at the same time, homes are still selling close to asking price. In areas like Virginia Beach, the sale to list price ratio is hovering right around full price. That means sellers still have leverage on well-priced, well-located homes, even though buyers now have more options to choose from. In Hampton Roads, seasonality matters. See, spring and summer are our busiest seasons. Inventory typically peaks in late spring, but so does competition, especially because of military PCS moves. Fall brings less competition, and winter often offers the best opportunities to negotiate, though you're going to see fewer homes available in the winter season. Now, if you're military, this timing is especially important. The June through August window brings increased demand, tighter timelines, and more competition. Buyers who can be flexible outside of peak PCS season often find the process much less stressful. Now, here's the key takeaway from market timing. Market timing should inform your plan, not delay your progress. Waiting for the perfect market means missing opportunities while prices and rents continue to rise. And let me tell you, there's no such thing as perfect timing. If you're financially ready, emotionally prepared, and your life timeline supports buying a house, we're gonna make the market work for you. Strategy beats timing every single time. So here's what you can do right now to start preparing. First, look at your personal timeline. When do you want to be in a home? Let's work backward to determine when you should start the process. If you have the flexibility, we can use seasonal patterns to your advantage. Guys, it'll be a win-win all day. See, once you understand the market, the next critical step is building the right team. See, buying a home is not a solo activity. It is a team effort, and the people you choose will directly affect how smooth or how stressful that process is going to become. So once you understand the market, the next critical step is building the right team. Buying a home is not a solo activity, friends. It's a team effort, and the people you choose will directly affect how smooth or how stressful this process becomes. Now, let's start with your real estate agent. Duh, that's me. My role is to be your advocate, your negotiator, and your guide from start to finish. You're gonna need someone who knows Hampton Roads inside and out, who understands which neighborhoods flood, how school zones affect value, which areas are appreciating and which ones are depreciating, and what red flags to look out for locally. Now, so that you know how we work together, because of recent changes in the industry, we're going to sign a buyer representation agreement up front. This agreement is clearly going to outline how I'm compensated and the services that I'm going to provide to you. And most importantly, it's going to ensure that you have dedicated representation throughout the process. Now, the next part of our team is our lender. Now, your lender choice matters more than most buyers realize. A local lender who understands Hampton Roads makes a difference because they know the appraisers, the inspection timelines, flood zone considerations, and how to close close on time in this crazy Hampton Roads market. When you're vetting a lender, you want to ask about their average closing time, their experience with your loan type, FHA, do they do grant programs, and how accessible they are during the transaction. If you're military, you want to be sure to work with a lender who truly understands and loves working with VA loans, not someone who just says that they do. See, your lender and I are going to work very closely together from start to finish. Before I ever even submit an offer, I'm going to speak with your lender to confirm numbers to make sure there are no surprises about your monthly payment or your loan structure, and we're going to keep you in the loop every step of the way. Now, your extended team includes your home inspector, the title company, the insurance agent. Inspectors in Hampton Roads need local experience because our climate creates common issues like moisture and termites and storm-related wear. Title companies handle most standard transactions here and are familiar with local processes and timelines. Insurance agents should understand coastal risks, flood zones, and wind coverage. See, I maintain a network of trusted professionals, and it's important for you to know this. I'm not financially incentivized to recommend any specific vendor, including a lender. These are partners who have consistently helped my clients get to the closing table successfully, and that my clients have given me great feedback. If you're wondering what you can do right now, start building your team early. Even if you're months away from buying, having the right lender and agent in place gives you clarity, confidence, and a plan before pressure sets in. With your team coming together, it's time to focus on your finances. This is the part that overwhelms a lot of buyers, but we're going to simplify it so you know exactly where you stand. Now, the first financial step that we will take is getting your pre-approval. Guys, this is a non-negotiable. This is not the same as a pre-qualification. A pre-approval means your lender has verified your income, your assets, your credit, and your debt, and has confirmed a loan amount that they're willing to lend you. Now, in this market, I do not show homes without a pre-approval because sellers want to know that if you're going to be walking through their house and touching their stuff, that you can actually afford to buy it. And if you were on their side, you would agree. Now, your lender will look closely at a lot of key factors. One is going to be your debt to income ratio. Most loan programs prefer this to be at or below 43%, though VA loans can be more flexible depending on your residual income. Another factor is your credit score. Conventional loans typically require a minimum score of 620. Now, FHA loans can go as low as 580. VA loans don't set a minimum score, but most lenders still want to see at least a 620. But here's the thing, friends, the goal isn't to barely qualify for a house. The better credit usually means the better your interest rate, and better rates mean lower monthly payments. So we want to get your credit score as high as we can. By the way, don't believe that you need 20% down to buy a home. The devil is a liar. The average down payment in Virginia Beach is under 9%. VA loans can be 0 down. FHA loans require just 3.5%. Some conventional loans go as low as 3% to 5%. Your lender's going to help you determine the best program for your specific financial needs. Now, beyond your down payment, you should plan for other costs. That includes earnest money, which is typically around 1% of the purchase price, depending on the market or the city that you're in. Closing costs are usually going to run between 2 to 5%, and a home inspection that averages a few $100s, and an appraisal that's typically paid up front. I've seen appraisals average about $650. Now, in Hampton Roads, termite and moisture inspections are standard, and they're often paid for by the seller. To give you a real-world example, on a $375,000 home with 5% down at current rates, your estimated monthly payment could land somewhere in the mid-2000s when you buy, which is the principal, the interest, the taxes, and the insurance. Your lender's going to give you exact numbers based on your specific situation. So if you can't get approved right now, that doesn't mean that your dream is over, my friends. It means the plan isn't finished yet. If credit is the issue, we're just going to work on your credit. If income needs to increase or debt needs to decrease, we're going to build a strategy that you can work towards step by step. And that's why guidance that I provide is going to make a difference. I don't want you to sit around doing nothing. I want you to get pre-approved before you start shopping for a home. Knowing your numbers up front allows you to move confidently and competitively when the right home comes along. If you need a trusted lender, all you have to do is reach out and I'll get you connected. You know what, friends? Every single day, people just like you reach out to me because they want to relocate to Hampton Roads, and I absolutely love providing them with the information information that they need to make confident real estate decisions. And that's exactly why I have created several comprehensive home buyer and home seller relocation guides that are gonna blow you away. And guess what, guys? They are absolutely free. I'm talking completely free. That's right, friends. These guides have everything you wanna know. I'm talking neighborhood breakdowns, market insights, moving timelines, school information, and all the insider knowledge that we talk about on this channel. All you have to do is click the link in the description below, and I'll send these incredible resources right over to you. Now, once your finances are in order, it's time to start looking for your home. This is usually the most exciting part of the process, but it's also where strategy matters the most. Before we ever start touring homes, I set you up with a customized search based on your budget, your location preference, and your must-haves. You're going to receive listings directly, and when something catches your eye, we'll schedule showings quickly so that you can stay competitive without feeling like you're being rushed. Does that make sense? See, when we tour homes, I want you to look beyond the decor and all the beautiful staging. I want you to focus on value, condition, and location. See, I personally evaluate properties based on how they compare to the market, how well they're priced, and whether they make sense long-term, not just whether they feel good in the moment. Now, there are different paths that you can take here. New construction offers modern layouts, energy efficiency, and builder warranties, but it often comes with higher price points, construction timelines, and fewer opportunities to negotiate. However, resale homes usually offer established neighborhoods and mature landscaping, but they may require updates or repairs over time. So if you're considering a townhome or a condo, pay close attention to homeowner association fees and rules. In Hampton Roads, HOA fees can add several $100s to your monthly expenses, and restrictions can affect everything from rentals to exterior changes. These costs need to be factored into your overall affordability. There are also local red flags to watch out for, like flood risk, foundation settling, older HVAC systems, moisture issues, and outdated electrical panels, which are all common findings that we evaluate carefully before moving forward. Thank God for home inspections, but we're going to discuss the importance of home inspections a little bit later on, so let's keep going. Now, before we write an offer on any home, I'm going to confirm your estimated monthly payment with your lender. That way, there are going to be no surprises for you later, and you can move forward confidently knowing that the numbers on the home that you're about to put an offer in on is going to make sense for your budget. Because y'all, we do not believe in being house poor, right? So what I want you to do right now is create two lists. One is going to be your must-haves and your deal breakers. Be honest and realistic about what matters most. This clarity allows us to act decisively when the right home comes along. Does that make sense? Friends, let me ask you this. Is this video helping you so far? If so, do me a favor and drop a comment below and let me know your biggest takeaway. If this is helping you, that is my goal. I want you to close with confidence. But let's go ahead and keep it moving. So once you've found the right home, it's time to move quickly and strategically. This is where experience matters, because writing a strong offer is about more than just price. In today's Hampton Roads market, most well-priced homes receive a small number of offers. That means competition still exists, especially in desirable neighborhoods, but buyers have room to be thoughtful and strategic. See, one key component of a strong offer is your earnest money deposit. This deposit shows the seller that you're serious and willing to move forward in good faith. Earnest money is often around 1 to 3% of the purchase price, and in competitive situations, a stronger deposit can help your offer stand out. Now, price is another critical factor. I run detailed market comparisons to make sure that we're offering a price that is competitive and realistic. The goal is to win the home without setting you up for appraisal issues or buyer's remorse later. There is nothing worse than someone being so excited about buying a home and then 2 years later, they hate it. Contingencies are what protect you. Inspection and appraisal contingencies are standard, and depending on the situation, we may adjust timelines or terms to strengthen your offer while still protecting your best interest. Of course, I'm going to walk you through every option so you understand the risk and the reward of every potential decision that you need to make. Now, friends, we talked a little bit about timing already, but timing also matters. Sellers often prefer offers that can close quickly or align with their moving plans. Being flexible with your closing date can sometimes be the deciding factor between whether or not your offer gets selected or another offer. In certain situations, escalation clauses can be useful, but they aren't always the best approach. Some sellers prefer a clean, straightforward offer over complex escalation language. See, I'll evaluate each situation individually and recommend the strategy that's going to give you the best chance of success. Now, before submitting your offer, I'm going to communicate directly with the listing agent to position you as a serious, qualified buyer who can close on time without unnecessary issues. Once your offer is accepted, it's going to become a legally binding contract. Say it with me, legally binding contract. Your earnest money is held in escrow and it's going to be applied towards your closing costs or your down payment at settlement. So you're not going to get that back while you're under contract. Let's get prepared, because when we find the right home, I need you to be ready to act fast. Have your earnest money deposit available, know your comfort level with your payments and your terms, and trust the strategy that we've built together. I tell my buyers, sometimes you won't have time to think too long. So if you sleep on it, you may not be able to sleep in it. This is why knowing what you are looking for and planning ahead is so crucial. So as my son always says, come on now, let's lock in, okay? Once you're under contract, the due diligence phase begins. This is where we verify that the home you're buying is truly a good investment. Virginia is a buyer beware state, which means it's your responsibility to uncover any issues before you close. The first step in due diligence is the home inspection. It's important to understand that inspections are about discovery, not a pass or a fail. Every home has issues. The question is whether those issues are manageable or if they are deal breakers. Does that make sense? Something major like the roof caving in, that's a deal breaker. In Hampton Roads, certain findings are more common because of our climate and location. These include roof wear from coastal storms, foundation settling due to sandy soil, HVAC strain from humidity, moisture in crawl spaces or attics, and plumbing issues in older homes. These findings aren't automatic deal breakers, but they do need to be evaluated carefully on a case-by-case basis. Now, Virginia also requires termite and moisture inspections. Given our humidity, moisture control is a significant factor in protect the long-term health of your home. Your lender is going to order an appraisal to confirm the home's value. If the appraisal comes in lower than the contract price, we do have options. We can renegotiate with the seller, we can adjust terms, or just walk away if necessary. You're not going to be forced to overpay. I just walked through an experience like this a couple weeks ago, so stay tuned for that video. Now, during the buyer beware phase, timelines matter. Inspection periods, appraisal deadlines, and financing contingencies are all tied to the contract. I'm going to help manage these deadlines closely, and I'm going to communicate with you so nothing is missed. Trust me, everything is going to go on your calendar. And at the same time, there are going to be practical steps that you should be handling. Begin packing, planning for your move, transferring your utilities, updating your address, and notifying schools if applicable. Staying organized during this phase is going to reduce your stress by tons later on. Now, throughout due diligence, your lender is likely going to request documentation more than once. This is normal and part of the underwriting process. Quick responses keep the transaction moving forward with ease. Try not to get frustrated with your lender's repeated requests for documents, because it's all a part of the process. Now, we talked about this briefly, but your monthly payment is made up of your principal, your interest, your taxes, and your insurance. Depending on your loan, this may also include mortgage insurance or flood insurance. Understanding these components now is going to help prevent surprises for you after closing. So keep this in mind. Always respond quickly to requests from your lender and the title company. The faster you provide documents and make decisions, the smoother your transaction is going to be. Responsiveness protects your contract, and let me tell you, it is going to protect your sanity. Respond, get the documents in, and be done. Okay, friends, we're almost there. It's closing time. Closing week is about final confirmation and preparation, and knowing what to expect will help everything go smoothly. Are you ready for closing? Because I sure am. Before closing, you're going to complete a final walkthrough of the home. This is usually done within a day of settlement. We're confirming that the property is in the same condition as when you went under contract, that agreed upon repairs were completed, and that no new issues have just randomly appeared. Now, on closing day, you'll usually go to the titles company's office to sign your final documents. Sometimes you may meet with a notary at your location. I want you to plan for about 30 to 45 minutes for closing. Bring a valid government issued ID and be prepared to deliver your funds through a cashier's check or a wire transfer prior to closing as directed by your title company. Keep in mind, you never want to send money directly to anyone without confirming instructions with the title company first. Wire fraud and scammers are real. The title company is going to coordinate your transaction records and record your deed, and ensures all parties are paid correctly. Now, once documents are signed and funds are received, the transaction is completed and you will receive your keys. Congratulations! You are officially a homeowner. Woo! But guess what? Did you know that what you do immediately after closing matters just as much as the purchase itself? Well, let me tell you, it does. Okay, so let me walk you through a few things. First, change your locks before you spend your first night in the home. This is a non-negotiable. Even in new construction, you want to know exactly who has access to your property. Change the locks, period. Second, be alert for scams targeting new homeowners. If you've received notices about your mortgage, your deed, or property taxes that seem urgent or unfamiliar, people asking you for money, pause and verify them directly using contact information that you find independently. I also recommend you maintaining a home warranty, especially for a resale home. Having coverage in place can provide peace of mind during your first years of ownership when systems are still new to you. Now, once you move in, take time to get familiar with your home. Test your smoke and carbon monoxide detectors. Locate the main water shutoff valve. Replace HVAC filters and document the home's condition for insurance purposes. Introduce yourself to your new neighbors and start building your community right away. Friends, home ownership comes with ongoing responsibility. Budgeting 1 to 2% of your home's value annually for maintenance helps you stay ahead of repairs and avoid financial stress. Now, once you close, I want you to create a homeowner binder or digital folder with your inspection reports, your warranties, your insurance policies, and your important documents. I want you to set up automatic payments and schedule basic maintenance reminders so nothing slips through the cracks. This is going to help you stay organized and keep all of your important documents within reach. Now, friends, before we wrap up, I want to protect you from mistakes that I see buyers make over and over and over and over again. One of the biggest mistakes is shopping for homes before getting pre-approved. Falling in love with the house you can't qualify for is frustrating and completely avoidable. Know your numbers first, and then you can shop with confidence. If you're military, don't stretch your budget just because your BAH is going to cover the payment. Home ownership should support your overall financial health, not strain it. Consider savings, future PCS moves, and long-term goals before you max out your approval. Again, we are not setting you up to be house poor. In competitive situations, lowballing often backfires. Submitting an unrealistic offer can damage negotiations and cause you to miss out on a home that you actually really love. Strong strategic offers are going to win more often than aggressive discounts. Don't do it. Skipping or rushing due diligence is another costly error that many first-time buyers make. Excitement can cloud judgment, but inspections and appraisals exist to protect you. Cutting corners here often leads to expensive surprises after closing. One of the most dangerous mistakes is making major purchases during the buying process. Buying a car, buying furniture on credit, or opening new credit can change your debt-to-income ratio and derail your loan approval at the last minute. Y'all, I've seen it happen. Trying to perfectly time the market is another trap. Waiting for the perfect moment often means paying higher prices or higher rent later. Preparation and strategy matter far more than timing. Finally, many buyers underestimate ongoing costs. Property taxes, insurance, HOA fees, and maintenance all factor into the true cost of home ownership. Planning for these expenses up front prevents stress later. So do yourself a favor and save this video and refer back to it throughout your home buying journey. When you feel tempted to rush, overspend, or skip steps, come back to this section and let strategy, not emotion, guide your decision. Okay, friends, so we've covered a lot, from the first thought of buying a home all the way to closing and protecting your investment. But information without action doesn't change anything. If you're just beginning to think about buying, start with your mindset. Begin saving intentionally. Learn how the process works and focus on preparing rather than rushing. If you're ready to start the home buying process, your next step is going to be to get your realtor, that's me, and then get your pre-approval. Once you know your numbers, you can move forward with clarity and confidence. Now, if you've already gotten your pre-approval, then it's time to get connected. Set up a home search and start touring homes with a strategy in place that fits your timeline and your goals. The key takeaway from this guide is simple. Mindset matters more than market conditions. The right team is going to make all the difference in the world. Choose accordingly. Preparation creates confidence, and having a clear process protects you from costly mistakes. Friends, whether your season of home ownership is now or still ahead, being intentional today puts you in a stronger position tomorrow. Scripture reminds us that there's a time for every purpose and a season for every activity. Preparation helps you recognize when that season arrives. Friends, thank you so much for watching my channel. Your support absolutely means the world to me. I love helping people relocate to and from the Hampton Roads area. But listen, even if you don't
don't need a realtor in Hampton Roads, listen, I still got your back. I have amazing relationships with incredible agents nationwide, and we're going to work together to make sure that you have an amazing experience, no matter where you're moving from or where you're moving to. So if you want to work with me, you can. All you have to do is text me at 757-837-0096. You can also drop a comment below. Don't forget, I drop new videos every Thursday evening and every Sunday evening at 6 p.m. I also drop daily afternoon shorts to keep you winning in real estate. Thank you so much for watching, friends. Listen, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Without you, I cannot grow this channel.
Friends, I hope this home buyer guide opened your eyes to some things you may not have thought about before, or at the very least helped you with your game plan. As always, thank you so much for watching my channel, and I will see you in the next video. God bless you.